Well, Time Out Tuesday is a little late today because it has been quite a day. Have you ever heard that expression? I remember my mom used it all the time, and today I fully understood exactly what she meant. So onward with this week's Time Out Tuesday. I wanted to tell you that this morning I decided to make a change to the path that I walk every day. I reversed it. I tend to get very bored with exercise of any kind except for dancing. And the fact that I have walked the same path through my neighborhood for 2 years with only a slight little deviation here or there does not help. I was hopeful that the fact that I had to reverse the path and the turns would be enough to stimulate this brain, but actually, I was surprised by the other benefits. The first benefit was that for most of my walk, I was walking into the wind. Well, perhaps breeze would be a little bit more accurate, but I could feel it, and it was quite refreshing. The other benefit came with the fact that most of my walk was facing into the sun. Now, none of the streets in my neighborhood are real squared off like a little city block, so I found that no matter which way I turned, I was walking either east, southeast, or northeast. This meant that the sun was directly in my eyes, and my sunglasses were not helping much, so I kept my head down. Any of you who live in Florida, it is true that we are much closer to the sun, and so sometimes I feel like I could touch it. It's like looming on me. So the head was down on the sidewalk. Now, the benefit to that was I was watching the sidewalk, and so I wasn't going to trip on uneven sidewalks or cracks. The second benefit was I wasn't distracted by landscape, this person's new shrub, a house style, or any little animals along the way. I could fully focus on the scripture that I was listening to and my praying. What was an interesting surprise as I was walking, I could hear this breeze. It was like real gentle, but I could hear it in my ears. It was steady and very peaceful. Well, until a crow would disturb me with his outrageously loud calling, and there were plenty of them. And that is when the analogy came to me. I was reminded of the passage when the prophet Elijah encountered God, not in a powerful wind or an earthquake or volcano or a fire, but in a gentle, quiet whisper or a still small voice. It also made me aware that that gentle breeze that I heard today has always been with me. I just wasn't aware of it. Kind of like God. All I need to do is focus on it to hear it. The crow's loud calling reminded me of the noisy disruptions that come along each and every day. And I don't even need to list them out for you because you all know exactly what they are in your day. Every time I heard that crow, I was distracted from my peace, from my time with the Lord, and I realized that that is one of Satan's favorite tools, distractions, and the noisier, the better. You know, we often read about Noah or Jonah or Elijah or one of the other prophets that God spoke directly to, and we think, wouldn't that be wonderful if I could hear God speaking directly to me? I wonder if he is, and we're just too distracted by all the noise in our lives to hear him. All I do know for sure is that this girl is walking in that same direction tomorrow. And that, my friends, is this week's Time Out Tuesday, and I do hope to see you all next week. God bless you all.